Ignite Be the Light, and today we are talking about all things purpose, what has shaped our understanding, and what purpose means to us. So, my question for you guys is, what has shaped your understanding of purpose? Riley, go ahead.
I can go first. So, what has shaped my understanding of purpose? Honestly, just my life as a whole, but my mom has really grounded me and encouraging me just to know that it is okay not to have everything figured out. And I'm only 19. You're not supposed to have your life figured out. And it's so hard because, your grandparents were already married by this age. And I'm like, crap, this is not where I'm at in my life. Or my mom is like, yeah, I met your dad when I was 20. I was like, okay. So, but the big picture of it though is it's okay not to know, and my mom has really encouraged, it is good, enjoy the stage of your life that you're in, and she's really just encouraged me to do what I'm passionate about. And she asked me one time, what do you really want to do? I'm like, I really don't know, but something with inspiring and sharing, and kind of what this is in a sense, because I am the intern, but still, it's she encourages me to do it, really just makes me happy, because she and my dad also they never got a 4-year degree, and they encourage that for us, but they also want us to find a job that me and my brother both actually love. And not that they don't love their job, but it's really do what you want to do with your life. Yeah, for sure. So I think that's been my biggest role model to find my purpose was my mom.
That's so good.
So yeah.
I think for me, it sounds superficial, but society has kind of shaped it in a way, and I think in a way, it's made me realize I get to discover what it is, and God is going to show me also what my purpose is, and to get involved. And I think it's showing getting involved is showing me what I like to do, what I don't like to do, finding new friends and new opportunities. And I think that's what gives you your purpose, is setting yourself up for finding those things out. And I think it's just the people also that you surround yourself with is they kind of have to have that same mindset as well. And just kind of finding what you like to do and what makes you happy. I think also is what really drives my purpose, is because why would I do something if I'm not happy with it? Sure. Like you said earlier, finding a job that you don't like to do but makes a lot of money, it's why wouldn't you want to do something that you're happy with, and enjoying your time and making the most of your life. So I think just all of that tied together.
It's not always about the money at the end of the day, it's about the experience and being happy. And money doesn't make you happy.
No.
Put it out there.
It's so true.
But
sure. I think it's important for me to note at least that purpose has a different definition for everyone. So I kind of am a driven go, make your checklist, get things done type of person.
Oh, girl.
And so that's the thing is when I sit and if I contemplate the question, what is purpose? I'm kind of I don't know. I don't have a checklist for that. So
it's not the definite answer.
Exactly. So that's kind of for me, it's been, what do I want my future to look like? What are my goals? And I think that sometimes I get really wrapped up in what is the purpose and not take the time and enjoy where I am
just
right now.
Going and doing a bunch of stuff.
Exactly. So
it's distracting.
Definitely.
I would say what shaped my purpose is just life experiences a lot. I guess when I was little, going to church was always important to my parents, and bringing my sister and me to church, so that shaped some of my purpose. A lot of things with people that I was surrounded with as a child and then young adult. I think I've been shaped by a lot of people that I've met along the way. So I think what shaped my purpose is just different experiences with the people I've met. I think that's why I feel my purpose has something to do with creativity, just because that's what I've experienced that I enjoy doing, I have fun doing with other people. So
and those are the gifts he's giving.
Definitely. So that's what
I love that. And I think for me, growing up, my family's values and beliefs are all based on the Bible. We live by the Bible, we talk like the Bible, we do everything based on this Bible. And then when I went to college, it was textbooks, and going to school for business, it was don't speak about your religion. So I grew up having this mentality of my purpose is to preach the gospel. but then my purpose, they're telling me in college, I can't preach the gospel.
No, it changed.
So that's when I had my like aha moment of, I live by the Bible, so I'm going to preach the gospel. So I think that's society, kind of like you said, has shaped it, but then I always go back to my core, and that's the Bible and everything within the Bible. So my next question for you is, when was a time you felt pressure to find your purpose?
I would say for me, like all the time. And I mean, it sounds like, oh, everybody goes through that, but they do, you know, and it's like, I talk a lot about like being in college, but like being in college, it's like you're constantly trying to find something new, like find new people, get a job, you're constantly learning, you're constantly taking in things. And so I feel like it's a lot of pressure on like young adults to, be this expectation and fit this mold. Just with like social media and jobs and making money and being successful, I think it gets really distracting, and especially like with focusing on your faith. And so I feel like it's just like I have to like take a step back and like remove all those distractions and just kind of find it that way, I guess.
And I think we can all probably agree that social media makes us feel so purposeless at times. But we always go back to
like comparing yourself to other people. I think that's just been like such a negative thing. And so it's like, well, what's my purpose? It kind of like questions it a little bit, which is hard to reset that like mindset.
Sure. Definitely.
I would definitely piggyback off the social media part. It's like it looks like they have their purpose figured out. It's just the look. It's a little
the highlight reel.
It's the highlight reel.
You're seeing the good things.
Oh yeah, for sure. Not like
pain,
not the pain, not the crying, not the laying in bed like why God almost. It's like and so like you just feel that pressure around everyone and it's always that pressure everyone else too, like looking like they have their life together. Sometimes I just wish we could have a day everyone just be like, this is what's actually going on in my life. And I'm not like, I may look like I have it together. Like, people thought I had my stuff together like in the springtime, and I'm like, glad you thought that, because I was not on that level. It's like, it's just like, and they think I have like my plan figured out. It's like, I really don't. I'm just passionate about my future, but it's also like their opinions too, kind of like, oh, is it bad that I have like my life kind of like, I kind of know what I want to do. It's like people that are not as mature as you sometimes make you question, like, is it okay to kind of know what I want to do with my life? And so I feel like just others' opinions and others' perspectives kind of just make me feel like I have a pressure on me to figure it out. And it's just like, no, like, you got it, it's okay, you're gonna do you. And I think just other people and social media is a huge thing that just makes you feel like you have to have your purpose figured out, and you never do. It changes throughout life, for sure.
Your purpose will change.
Oh yeah,
once again,
for
with
sure.
your mindsets, with your season, each purpose will change. And I think it's one of those things to remember that even though we feel purposeless at times, we ourselves do not have enough power to simply change God's plan for us. Like, He has our purpose written
and He'll make
you were
it,
even born.
And He'll make His purpose known by changing what you thought was right. And
it may cause pain, and it may cause heartache, and it may cause fear and everything in between, but ultimately our purpose is to preach the gospel. And at the end of the day, we're here to live out His purpose. So
Well, and I think that's an interesting thing too, because a lot of times we feel pressure, at least I do, I don't know about you guys, but I feel pressure to like not only live the purpose like I think I should have in my life, but also to live what God wants of me. And that's another kind of expectation that is just kind of
that weight.
It's just it's waiting, but I think it's like a hover. It's like, I'm waiting for you. Like, come on, focus.
it's like a helicopter parent.
Exactly.
It's like, come on. Like,
And so that's the thing, is I feel like not only figuring out what I want to do, but also what God wants to do, because at the end of the day, that is where I'm going. That's what I'm running towards. That's what I'm moving forward toward.
I feel like a time in my life where there was, I was like questioning my purpose was right after I graduated from college, just because like I didn't know what job I was getting. I didn't know where I was going to be living. Everything was kind of up in the air, and like I think the one steady thing was like God was still there with me. So I think like even if you are struggling to find like what you want to do in life, you can always fall back on God and the gospel, I feel like. And you do need to lean on God, and He will help you with whatever you need. sometimes it seems like you're just like all the doors are closing, but you just gotta wait for the right one to open, and he'll help you with that.
I love that, and I'm right there with you. It was my last semester in college, and I was so stressed out because I needed to find a job, and with COVID, it was so hard to find a job. And I just remember praying to God, like, Lord, I need a job that would allow me to use the gifts that you have given me, but in a way that can glorify you. And I just remember praying that, and then I met my boss, Shelby, and it was one of those moments where I was like, holy crap, like you are my answered prayer. Like, it's just like such a God thing that like I'm living my purpose. Like it's so cool to look back now. Like it was so hard. I felt so purposeless, but now I'm living out that purpose, and I'm so thankful I went through that hard stage because we're here. And I met all of you guys, so it's so fun. But so whatever you may be feeling right now, purposeful or purposeless, we're right there with you. We've all been through it. So just remember, you have a purpose. You were created on purpose with a purpose. So it's time to live in purpose. We'll see you next time.